Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Natasha from natashafelice.com, where I teach women how to live and budget mindfully. In today's video, we are continuing the Creative Tech on a Budget series, and I'm so excited to get started on this topic, which is all about Canva. And if you've never heard of Canva before, it is going to become your new best friend if you own an online creative business. It is absolutely amazing, and it's for graphics of any kind. And you can also create like workbooks. You can create like slideshows, flyers, social media mock-ups, anything, Pinterest graphics. You can create so much. And I wanted to start out today and tell you how I'm going to break down Canva. Just because there's so much you can do on Canva, I didn't want this to be super overwhelming and like become an hour-long video where you have to like pick and choose what you want to learn. So today's video is going to be just like a Canva 101, and I'm going to show you how to use Canva, what it offers, and get you familiar with some of the options so that you have the confidence to go in and just start clicking around and create some stuff. And I want to start out by saying that there are two versions of Canva. There is a free one and there is a paid version. Now, for my business, I do use the paid version, and there are a couple reasons why, but I'll get into that. But today's video, I really wanted to make sure that I'm showing you the absolutely free version. So I created a brand new account so I could show you, and you would be able to use all of these options on the free account and not the upgraded paid account. So we'll start there and let's just dive in. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to make me small. Okay, so this is Canva, and I'll have the link down below for you so you can get to it easily. There is no like affiliate, at least that I know of, so it's just a regular link. So this is what it looks like when you log in, and there are so many options, but let's get started on the basics. So over here on the left side, you'll see your name and your profile information, like your settings and stuff. But what I want to go to is the brand kit. This is super helpful. So once you have all of your brand colors decided upon, you can, even in this free version, come in here and you can put your brand colors into the color palette so that they're easily accessible. You don't have to like constantly be putting in the codes and everything like that. So you can do this on the free version. And how you do that is just to come in here and well, I already picked them, so I guess you can just do 3, but I'll go ahead and show you. So I deleted that one, blue. So you just add the plus and you would put in your color. And there you go. And so you can only do 3, which, you might have more. You may be a little, slowed down by that, but as long as you can get your 3 main colors here, and remember that this is a free version, so there will be some, drawbacks on it, but it's still an amazing resource for your brand and for your business. So the other things on this page are unfortunately only for the paid option. And this is one of the reasons why I decided to go with the paid option, which is right here on the right side for fonts. Now, Canva has so many fonts, and we'll go in there and I'll show you all of them once we get in. But they don't have every font, obviously. And if you have decided on your brand and your, your branding for your business, and you've come up with a font that you liked, maybe you purchased a font. If you have the paid version, you can upload your font so that you can use it in Canva. And that is one thing that I loved about the paid version, and one reason why I did decide to go with it, because I have a font that I love that is not inside Canva that I purchased. So that is one area there you won't be able to use. But the other ones here, your logo, I don't think this is really that big of a deal to not have this. I don't think I even have mine in my paid version. I actually think I just have it uploaded as a file, as a photo, and I just drag and drop it where I want it. So I don't think that's a big deal. And then this is the fonts as well to add, to add your own. So this one here, okay, so I should have specified, this font area here is to set your brand fonts. So even if Canva does have some fonts that you like, in the paid version, you can go and set what specific font you want as a heading, what font you want as like a subheading, and you can decide those so that they'll automatically go. But on the free version, you can't. You'll have to manually change those, which is okay. It's not that big of a deal. But it's a little convenience on the paid version, but nothing, crazy. So that is what I wanted to show you there. These other options on the side are, let's see if you can even use folders. Yeah, you can actually use the folders, I guess. So if you have multiple clients, like I just finished a website migration to a new host and a new platform, and I have all of her images, and what I should have done on mine is made a new folder for her and have all of her images in there. And it's just a way to kind of make everything more organized in the back end, and I'll show you that in a moment. So on the other side here, you have like some team stuff. I don't use that. I don't have a team. It's just me. The design school is where you can, I think, purchase like little design videos and things. I've never used these, but oh, maybe they are free. Yeah, so that's cool. I've never used them, but I mean, might as well. So then they have like the print option. Canva now does offer a printing option. So if you make something and want Canva to be your printing source, that is an option now. So that's cool if you have like a physical product or if you wanted to have anything printed. Photos, these are going to be the photos that Canva has inside their website, which most you'll have to pay for. There will be some free ones, but I really don't use those very often, so you may or may not. All of your designs here is just where everything is going to be that you create, and we'll create something so you can see that. The home option is where you'll get started. So get rid of this. First, you'll see the creative design area or a design anything area, and you can type in here what you want. So say if you want to make a YouTube thumbnail, you can type that in and it's going to come up right here. And it's going to be the perfect dimensions that you need, and it's going to look beautiful and not be like skewed or anything like that. So that's cool there. You can just search whatever you want. But you also can, underneath the creative design area, you can scroll and see what you want to create. So they have a ton of different options. And like I said, everything is perfectly proportioned to fit exactly with what you're doing. So that is alone just so valuable. And with this being a free resource, it's really very time saving. So they have everything from like an Instagram post, blog banner, You can do like Tumblr graphic, a Pinterest graphic. I use those all the time. There are just so many things, and you can click through here. You can even do your resume on here. Like, there's so much. A logo size, that's really handy. Yeah, so many options. And then what they also have on top of that is the option here right above on the right here to use your custom dimensions. So I have a blog portion of my website, and the blog heading photos that I like to use are a specific dimension. And it's not anything that they have pre-done in their, hundreds of options here. It's just specific to my website and to what I like. So if I ever was to want to resize a photo or anything, I would just come in here and put my dimensions and then choose create a new design, and that would be my perfect size for my blog graphic. And you'll get to know that the more you create and the more you play with stuff, you'll see what sizes you like and what sizes you don't. But I would recommend that you just start out with these pre-made sizes and use those that they have, because they are just, you'll probably find what option you want here until, like I said, you begin to play with things and you want to maybe tweak some sizings a little bit. But definitely start with the pre-made size options there. So let's design something. And I'm just going to give you a little overview of the options that are inside. So I'll just choose the YouTube channel art, which is the perfect size that you need. And okay, let's get started. So on the left here, you'll see a bunch of different options, and there are everything from templates, photos, your text, your images that you upload, and then the folders area like we saw earlier. So to start out, the templates are really, really cool because these are completely customizable. You can find something that you like and completely like put in your own photos, your own text, your own everything, change the color things, and just make it your own. But what it is a template to get you started. If you are overwhelmed or you have no idea how you want something to look, you can come in here, get some, inspiration, and just get started from there. And most of the time, once you get started going on something like this, you'll kind of like get into the groove and realize what you like and what you don't like, and you'll play around with it and really make it your own. But these templates are a really great place to start. So you can choose one. This is one that I like, and it'll show up here and it'll be ready for you to customize. So all of these options here will be photos. And what is really great here is that these are going to be photo placeholders. So obviously I don't want to use this exactly how it is. So I want to put in my own photos. So I am just going to select a photo and hit delete. And you'll see this little cloud and landscape show up. And whenever you see that in Canva, that means that that's where a photo goes and where a photo can go. And it'll be the perfect size. So I'm going to just delete all of these. So we've got 3 photo placeholders. So what I can do is now bring in my own photos that I want. So you would go down to uploads and you have your photos that you uploaded, and it's just like any other website. You would just hit upload an image and upload your images that you want and bring them inside the website. So I'm going to choose a couple of photos. Okay. And then I'm just going to drag and hover them, and they'll go perfectly right into the template photo area. There we go. And then this little piggy one will go back there. Okay, cool. So it kept the sizing and everything because that's where a photo is meant to go, and they have the sizing all ready for you. And now say that I don't like this bar here and it's just kind of in the way. You can play around with anything in here and click around, and I really encourage you to just click and play around and see what you like. You're not going to ruin anything. They have like an undo button up here on the left top. So if you don't like anything, just hit the undo button, start over. So what we can do is, I don't like this right in the middle. So I'm just going to take this, click on it, and I'm going to drag it down so it's at the bottom. Or I could drag it up so it's at the top. Doesn't matter. And say that I don't want this bar to be black. So I'm just going to click on the bar, and the color comes up here. And you can click on the color, and your brand colors that we set in the beginning are going to show up at the top and be really nice and accessible for you. So I'm going to choose my little mint brand color there, and say I don't obviously want these words to be on there. So I'm just going to click the My Escape, highlight that, and I'm going to put in this is a channel banner, so I will put in my channel name. Here's like a little description you can put. So I would put, my little tagline is the mindful budget, and I don't like that in all caps, so I'm going to redo that. The mindful budget. Okay. So that looks good there. The mindful budget little tagline is a little small, so what you can do is just click on what you would like to edit, and over here at the top you'll have the font that it's in, the size, the color, and then some fonts don't offer a bold or an italic option, but that would be there if it was available. And then this is the alignment. You could change to uppercase, adjust the spacing. Every option up here is going to be for whatever you clicked on and whatever you are wanting to fix at this time. So I've clicked on the mindful budget tagline, and I'm going to make this font a little bit bigger. That looks good. And I like that now. So that's it. We've done a little YouTube banner using a template. So that's how easy it can be if you use those templates. So now let's go on to, these are some of the photos that Canva offers, and you'll see when you hover over them, you'll see what is free. Like, this is really pretty. I didn't know they had like these sort of styles. Like, I like that. I'm not going to use anything right now, but so when you hover, you'll see what's free, and then I'm sure when you get down further and further, it might turn into like paid options, which is okay. You can, I think, do a subscription if you wanted to use their paid ones, because fewer people are going to have the paid ones than the free, since most people are going to go with the free. But so those are the options there. If like you don't have any photos that you like, or if you don't have any like brand photos or anything, you can use that there. You can also use a website called Unsplash. That's a really good one that has a ton of royalty-free images. And I should mention that you do want to be using royalty-free images. You don't want to steal photos from somebody else or from a brand or a company that you don't have the rights to use their photos. These that I'm using, I'm part of a photo membership that I did pay for, so I do have the rights to use those photos. So that is the photos area. The elements is really, really cool, because this is where you can kind of like make things your own rather than, you know, using a template. You can make something from scratch. So we'll start with just like a blank little canvas there. And you'll see here the different options. So like I mentioned, anything with a photo like this is going to be where a photo can go and where it will fit in perfectly. So if I did this, a photo could go here. It's kind of funny. You have to like play around with it. This is not a great photo. Looks kind of silly, but so a photo can go here, and just to adjust it like I just did with that pig one, you just double click on it. It's going to come up full size, and you can just drag to whatever you want. Say you want the crystals to show, then cool. And then I don't know how this one, yeah. It just expanded our photo because it's very vertical, so I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but it still did, so that's cool. And you can play around with everything there. So that is the photo grids. They have a ton of different options that you can play around with, and you can insert your own photos there. Then there are charts. If say you are more in like a data-based business and you need charts of some sort, there's a lot of different options here. There are so many. And these are really cool because you can completely customize them. I haven't had to use any charts yet, but there are, you obviously can change like what everything says, and it'll change it there, change your values and play with it there. You can change the colors of the bars and make those. Like you can change so many things and just customize it to make it your own. So I'm just going to delete that. So those are the charts. Then there are some frames. So these are photos as well, but these are so cool and I love these. So there are sometimes like mock-ups that people will do. So say that I wanted to do a mock-up of like my website inside of a computer. So here's a little computer mock-up. And what I can do is get one of my photos and I can drag it in there. And now we have like a little computer screen with our photo on it. And it gives you like, it gives the person who's looking at your photo like the visual of them seeing it on a computer screen, which is really cool. And this is really great for products, especially. And if you have like, if you're selling digital products or anything in like a workbook or something like that, you can show it on a screen, kind of like what your customer would be seeing when they purchase the product from you. So I really, really love those little mock-ups, if you couldn't tell. So they have like a ton of different other options, and they even have these photo like little, I don't know what you would call them, but like just different photo options. Like if you wanted a circle, and you can put your photo in here. So there I am on this little like paintbrush, image there. And yeah, so those are the frames there. I love those. Shapes are really great because we can just do so much with them. I have an option, if I go back to the home, I did like a YouTube thumbnail, and I put a circle on top of it and just made my, my text there, and I made this one custom to me. Like this wasn't a template or anything, so I just put all these elements together and got what I wanted. So the circles are cool. The shapes, I like these shapes, like the boxes and things, to help with text. So I'll put a box here, and then we can go on to the text, because I mean you get the idea with the shape, or yeah, with the shapes. So this is cool, like a little glittery, shimmery thing there. You can do whatever you want. A lot of these are paid, or for like the premium paid version, but there still are a ton that you can use. Lines can be super popular. One trick with the line is that it seems to always be just like a little bit thick, but if you drag it on a corner and make it really small, then you have the option to drag it across and it will be super thin like that for you. So that's a good little trick there. But let's go back to this block. So what is super popular, just to make your words stand out a little bit, is to have like a background behind your words so that they pop. So say that we wanted to put our photo here and make it the entire background. We first of all put in our photo. I'm going to hit the position and I'm going to put backwards. And that's going to send our photo back and be behind anything that I put on top of it. So I'm going to adjust this and, you know, kind of zoom in on it there so that it all fits. And there is another way you can do this too, and I will show you that in a minute, which is probably better than what I'm doing now, but that's okay. So then I'm going to add some text, and I'm going to add a heading. Highlight it, and I'm just going to say how to, and I'm going to drag it up to my text box there. I'm going to change the color of it to white so it kind of pops. And one other thing that you can do with the text, if you didn't want to use like the sizing here that's on the side, you can pick a corner and just kind of drag it and it'll make it bigger for you. Because sometimes you're not sure what size you want it to be. I don't know what, you know, a 48 is going to look like necessarily. So I just will drag it and make it the size that I want, and it'll adjust the size here. So that's like 140. So we have our font, we have our text there, and what we can do is make it smaller, this text box back here, by dragging it in. And that's the beginning of like our title, say. So the next thing that I would do is highlight this whole, or click on this whole box and hit copy. And this is going to copy that box and give us the same exact dimensions so that we can finish our title, and we can click on the text and hit copy as well. So then we have the same exact size, and we can just adjust it. We can click on this and hit copy if we wanted that again, and then we can just adjust and adjust. So you get everything how you like it. Another great thing that Canva has is the ability to see what is centered, what's not, with these little lines that will pop up. So if you see closely, you'll see a purple line show up that is indicating that we are in the center for this text. And we can move things around and make sure that this one lines up, and we can move our text so it lines up, move our little shimmery thing there so that looks better. And you can do this to anything. So if I move this text like too low, it'll just look a little bit funky. But if I grab it up and I play with it, it'll tell me what is centered to the box that I've put in. There we go. So that is centered. So if you saw that, you will see that there are these purple lines that are going horizontally and vertically throughout the box that I put in. And this is something that you just have to play with and, you know, drag around and see what looks good. So those are just a few things. So we went over the text, we went over the boxes that are super popular, and now let me show you how to make this background look better. So I'm just going to delete the background I put in. I'm going to go back over to Element and hit the box there. It's like a box, but it's like the photo one. So the photo popped up on our space. I'm going to hit to back so that it goes behind those words that I already put in. And then I'm going to go to uploads and I'm going to get my photo and I'm going to put it back there. And you can still drag around and make it look, how you want it. So that's another way to add a photo to the background. So we went over the text. I should say that if you don't like this text, you can come over here, change it. These are all of the texts that Canva has. There's so many. There are some fonts that are specifically for the paid option, but do not worry about that because there are still so many that you can use. So like here's the option. I just changed this to be that text or that font. And that looks cute. Obviously you would want to adjust this and play around with it. But there is so much that you can do with Canva, and you can really make things, exactly how you want it, which is so cool. There really aren't that many limitations that I've come across. I mean, I'm not doing anything like super crazy, so I keep it pretty, easy in all of my designs and things, but there really is a lot that you can do. So I encourage you to just come in here and play around with it and click around and see what you like. The only other thing I didn't go over here yet is backgrounds, and this is just like as it sounds. A background for, your image. So I have an image here, but I can delete that. Delete the image. Oh, I'll delete the grid because we don't want that placeholder. And now the background will show up. So you can do that. That's cool. Whatever you want, you can play with it. You can do your solid brand color as a background. Use some of their images that they have. There is just so much you can do. So I think as quickly as I could went over everything. Okay, this video is still 30 minutes, but there is just a lot here. And I really love Canva, and I think once you get in here and you start playing around, you will absolutely love it too. So like I said, encourage you to just get in here and start playing around and making things how you like it. I will go ahead and be making some videos that are for specific things that you want to learn how to make. I did put out a poll and I received some responses of what the popular requests are. So I will be doing those, and that way you guys can pick and choose what videos you want to watch rather than like watching me make a whole bunch of things, and I'm sure that would be super long, so we don't want to do that. So let's just end the video with showing you how to actually save what you just made. So up here above your image is the title of the image, and it took me so long to figure that out, so I'm happy to share that with you. So I'm just going to name this How to Save Money. I didn't finish my design, but that doesn't matter. This is just a test. So I've named my image there. And what I'm going to do now is hit download. So depending on what you decide to design in the beginning, there will be a suggested file type that just shows up, and Canva really knows what you're designing. So I had the YouTube banner, the YouTube channel art as my option. So obviously I want this to be a photo. The second thing that made me decide to go with the paid version of Canva is this transparent background option, which you'll see a little crown here, which means that it's for the upgraded version. And this doesn't apply to what we did here today, but say you were creating a logo or something and you wanted to be able to use that logo on any sort of media that you make or produce. You can't really have a background color on a logo. It needs to be transparent so you can put it on top of something. And without that option, that would really hold you up in a lot of a lot of areas and it would almost limit your design, or you'd have to get really creative. So I use the transparent background all the time for my business, and I really love it. But if you're just starting out, you don't want to pay $12.99 for Canva, then the free version is completely fine and doable. That is just one thing that made me decide on the paid version. So I just wanted to mention that for you. Okay, so we are ready now to download our image. So all we're going to do is hit download. It'll pop up here, and in a moment you'll have your design. So there it is. And now it's an image, and you can upload this to wherever you want and use it wherever you need to. And that's it. So I think this was long enough. Yeah, 35 minutes right now, but I love Canva. Get in here, start playing around. I showed you some of the most popular and common options that I use. And yeah, just make an account, get in, play around, click around. You're not going to mess up anything. And I can't wait to see what you create. And on that note, if you have something specifically that you want to learn how to make inside Canva, then leave a comment below, because like I said, I have a running list of items that people had asked me to show them how to make. And I'm going to get started on that really soon. And I would love to include your desired design in there and make a video all about it for you. So leave me a comment below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be back next week with another creative tech on a budget video. Bye.